Hey guys, it's a market update. So for the rest of this bull market, we have to be cognizant about the volatility of price discovery. That's what we're in right now. $100,000 Bitcoin. It's an insane price. And the reason it's up here is because there are buyers that want Bitcoin. And the only way they get it is by pushing the price up and incentivizing people to sell. Because there is no Bitcoin available. There is way more demand than what is mined out of the network right now. And so the only way you get it is by buying other people's stack. And the only way you do that is by forcing volatility into the market. You can see this through on-chain data. So long-term holders here in the previous dip where we went 8 months kind of sideways, choppy trade, long-term holders always just buy up that, be patient. And if there's another surge, maybe they sell some or maybe they keep some. You can see that here. So short-term holders in yellow, MicroStrategy in this kind of teal color here, aquamarine color. What they're doing, MSTR, is buying Bitcoin, but they have to force the price around, right? They're brokers. We're talking about whales here, right? They don't trade directly on Binance or Bybit, right? What they're doing is ringing up brokers who trade large blocks of Bitcoin. And so those brokers have to force the price around. They have to push the price up, bring it down, pull all of their bids, then bid up, right? So that's how you move prices and shake stock out of the market. Talking about the stock of Bitcoin here. So this is a process and it's not over yet. We're still in a bull market and we've still probably got another, let's say, year or so of this bull market. So volatility is a good thing. This is what we need during price discovery. If Bitcoin wasn't volatile and crypto wasn't volatile, we wouldn't be here, right? Look at this. This is this bull market. Absolutely insane. And I think it goes much higher for the rest of the next year or so. If you do trade Bitcoin, check out Bybit down below. The link will give you a $30,000 deposit bonus. Whatever you deposit on there, they'll give you some bonus. So check the link below for the details. We are without a doubt still in the very good phase of the market cycle when central banks are loosening and dropping their policy. And really, when you trade BTC, right, what we're actually trading is not just Bitcoin or crypto. We're trading Bitcoin or crypto versus fiat currency. There's actually two sides of that pair, and both of them are really important. In fact, the dollar side of things is way more important than people give it credit for. In fact, something I realized after trading stocks for so many years and then moving into crypto, just becoming a bit older, a bit wiser, is virtually all of the price movements in the market. If you take, very broad diversified indexes, most of the moves are actually because of the currency and not the asset. Assets over a broad market, there's only a few that outperform. Most of them are just keeping their head above water. Most of the returns are actually because of currency debasement. And I've learned that because of Bitcoin over the years. That side is very important because you're looking at the Bitcoin price at 100K. You're saying 100K dollars. Well, the dollar side's the important bit. Bitcoin is just a measuring stick, doesn't move, doesn't do anything, it has no value. It has value in the context of everything around it. If you're trading it against dollars, it's the dollar that's what you're trading short term. So the dollar is getting weaker. They're dropping the interest rate. Right here, the next Fed meeting, they will drop interest rates by 25 basis points. That is expected to continue down to maybe 2% or 2.5%, something like that. We are in a bull market. Bitcoin is not good value right now. Neither is most other crypto, right? It's highly priced. And so if you're trading, you're buying higher, trying to sell higher. If you're investing, you're just going to have to suck it up for the time being and know that we're not getting a very good deal on the prices right now. But that's that. I would get very worried as we move into this euphoria and greed. This is NUPL. It's very good to just see the cycles here. This is human emotion in a chart, essentially. Anything down here during a bottom of a bear market, you have to buy. You have to buy. That's where all your returns come. Right now, we're not going to get great returns on 100K BTC. It might go up, might double in the rest of the bull market. Everyone's going to feel great about themselves, but the next bear market is going to come down again. You have to be active there. But we are in an area where, as you can see, the euphoric nation of the market doesn't usually get much more than this, right? So we are not peaking out in the bull market, but we're certainly not a good value in the crypto right now, right? So you have to be really sure about what you're buying here because you're either in for a short trade or you're just dollar cost averaging because you think in 4 to 8 years time it's going to be much higher than here anyway. So 25 basis points to the next meeting. This is the good part of the economic cycle that we're in if you hold risk assets. This is the meeting out the Chinese Politburo here saying that they will implement a more proactive fiscal policy and moderately loose monetary policy next year. Stimulus, dropping interest rates, debasing the currency. Now, Chinese stocks go up on this. Risk assets go up on this. Why? This essentially says we are going to make the currency weaker. Weaker currency, debasement of currency versus assets that don't debase. So what happens to those assets? They go up in price. All else being equal. These companies aren't going to be doing anything different. It's just that the stock valued in the currency has to go up if you debase the currency and make the currency weaker. Weaker currency, assets go up. That's what's happening in Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't move. Bitcoin has no value. It is valued in the context of the fact that the dollar is getting weaker over time and buying less of this fixed neutral currency. So we are trading the fall of fiat currencies, which is absolutely certain. This is the purchasing power of the dollar. It just goes down. So you can't be in it. You have to be in a fixed currency that can price in all of this. What we can do, this is the Bitcoin price, and we always look at it in a positive way, saying Bitcoin is gaining value. Just invert the chart, right? This is what the dollar is doing versus Bitcoin. It is collapsing. So there's nowhere else to be other than this fixed neutral currency. Be in that first, and then you can make investments that are more risky or may get you more over time than BTC. Now, for right now, Bitcoin is annualizing at like 40 to 50% a year. So there's really nothing else to invest in because that is insane. Now, when Bitcoin starts annualizing at like 18, 20% a year, then you can actually say, you know what, I want to move further out on the risk curve. But for right now, Bitcoin is the play because it's an insane annualized rate right now for the world's premier digital asset. What we might be in right now is the end of the post-election surge, right? The election happened, massive surge into risk assets, especially crypto, because the whole thing flipped, right? From trying to destroy the industry to trying to support the industry. So it is massive for crypto, but maybe that post-election surge has kind of finished, right? Everyone pours in, everyone takes their positions, and then the market has to pause for a bit. I hope so, because I don't want Bitcoin to keep going up, right? I want it to be as cheap as possible for as long as possible, but it just keeps going up. It keeps getting away from me. So in any case, maybe we finished that post-election surge, but the next 12 months is still a bull market. And so I think we have a long way to go. Crypto is just gaining ground. This is Tether's report, and you can see the amount of stablecoins and wallets that hold stablecoins is literally going through the roof. But people only want the dollar. So what's happening here is pretty clear, right? The world is dollarizing. And so all of these other currencies that nobody wants, they don't want their currencies in those countries because they're debasing way faster than the dollar. So everyone wants to move on to the dollar for transactions. But as a savings asset, the dollar is no good either. So as a savings asset, it's Bitcoin, and you hold Bitcoin and then make your other investments. If you want to trade altcoins, you want to trade other stocks, whatever, got nothing against it. But you can see number of wallets with positive balance. Crypto is surging, right? Because essentially it's the freedom to transact. And that's what people want. People want freedom, and that's what crypto gives them. So Bitcoin, I hope for some volatility to the downside. I don't know if we're going to get too much of it. The biggest downside volatility in this entire bear market was this one right here at 30%. So we could easily get that again. Maybe we, chop around 100K for a while, which seems like probably what we are going to do. If you do trade Bitcoin, Bybit deposit bonus of 30K down in the description below. I'm James, it's MyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.